Hello and welcome to an exciting new term tutorial. I am Raghav and I am going to be showing you how we can make this really cool architectural scene using Blender. So let's start blending.
You think you're funny, do you?
Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is Shift A and create a camera. I'm going to zero out the rotations by pressing RG and place the camera in the Y-axis. Also, let's rotate it 90 degree in Y-axis. Next step, I'm going to go Shift A and create a mesh cube and just do basic edge moving. So for edge, I will go to edit mode and select the edge mode. Then we can just move this edge along the x-axis, so G and X, and we will thicken out this cube with this mesh. So for that, we will do this in y-axis by pressing S and Y. After that, we will, after confirming the shape, we can move it in x-axis because we need to mirror in x-axis, right? So we will move it in x-axis. While in edit mode, we will move it like this, and then we can go to the modifiers section, and in modifiers section we can add first of all bevel, because we need to have that chiseled look, because that will enhance our reflections. The light reflections will amount to 0.01 and segments 3, and after that we will generate another mirror modifier. After that we will move the slabs a little closer by in edit mode, so we can get them a little closer. After that we can add another modifier, that is array modifier, array legacy 1. We will zero out the factors x and y 2, maybe 2, like this. And okay, so let me do check it out. Okay, so let do it in 2.3, and after that we can check out the count to 20, and then you can check it out in camera. Then so the thing about this Brutalist architecture is bold, overbearing, suppressive shapes or massive blocks, lots of blank concrete, and a really terrifying architecture that looks amazing. We'll adjust the camera by pressing G and holding the scroll wheel. We'll move the slabs a little up by Z1, and after that we will move the camera too, and then we can create some ground plane out of the floor by adding mesh plane, and then scaling out and scaling it in y-axis. Also we can Shift D and duplicate this floor to make the roof too, so let's do that too. Shift D, and after that we need to see the camera. Yeah, it's really looking good. So let's also add a cube to make shadow boxes. These shadow boxes will ensure a good amount of shadow in the scene and scale it down and place it behind the camera just a little, so G Y, a little behind the camera. And then we can delete this face because we need to have the light too. So in the beginning of the camera it will create that shadow look, and we will just Shift D and duplicate it on the end too, and rotate it 180 degree. After that we have to scale it up a little bit because we need to have that a long deep end, that black end in the end. So after that we can now maybe add lights. Let's change the render engine to cycles, and then device to GPU compute, and maybe samples 200, and then we can change the color of the world to black. And then in render mode we can check out the render by splitting the screen into two parts. let's parse put out to 1, and after that we can add a sunlight and rotate it like this, and let's see in the render view in this. Okay, so we need to increase the power of it. So first of all, let's go to light settings and then increase the angle to 4 degrees and then temperature on to give that a little of tint like sunlight, and then strength to 20. After that we need to add the materials a little bit. So first let's move and rotate the sunlight like this and move the shadow box of behind the camera a little bit. Move the shadow box like this shadow box a little bit into the y-axis. It will give that a stream of light coming through, and then we can add the materials easily now. It looks amazing, right? So let's add the material from first let's scale it down a little bit to create more sunlight, more light in the scene, and then let's add material now. Finally we will add material. So let's go to Polyhaven, and then this concrete wall 007, we can download it in 8K. It's by Charlotte Baglaner, so shout out to them. Then we can add the material. So for that we need to first let's change the passport out to 2.8 and then append the file, that link material. So let's go to the file section, then append, then we can choose out the folder and thus append the collection material. We need to append that. And after importing it, we can see it is here in the sphere. We can off the checkbox because we don't need to see it in the render. Then we can add the material from here in the material section. So first we will add to the slabs this concrete, and then we can add the same to the roof and the ground, but after copying it. We will copy out this because we need to make some changes later on in the materials section. So let's see, we can just do this like this, and we need to make some changes to it, the scale and all. Let's see in contrast how can color management do it varies. You can check, you can take anything you want from that look, and after that we can make some changes. First of all, the slabs or the concrete, we need to change the concrete scale. First let's rotate it in z-axis 90 degree, then scale it up a little bit up to maybe 10 or 7.7 will be fine. Then we need to have a little bit of more light in the scene, I think. So little bit of more light. So first let's add up the bump to 5, and then we can just, for the light section, we can go to coat and then increase the weight to 1, then increase the roughness so that it doesn't shine that much and does not look very artificial. It must look natural, right? So after doing that, we can do the same for the copied material we did for the roof and the ground. So what we'll do is scale it up a little bit, maybe up to 20. No, we need to have 20. Scale it up to 20 all the way. After that, we need to add up the bump here to 5, and then we can just increase the coating too. So coating maybe increase to 1 or something a little less. Yeah, weight to 1 and roughness to a little bit of 0.5 or 0.681 is looking good. Then what do we need in the scene? It's looking good, I think. Let's check it out in the render. Let's check out this look, medium low contrast or very high contrast. You can have different looks, but it's up to you. What do you want to portray it as? How to display it, it's up to your choice. Then after this, we need to performance persistent data tick and tile size to 512, and then max samples 200 because we have to do animation 2, that streaming animation of sunlight. So first let's add the keyframe to number 36 keyframe, this particular size. So first select the sun and move to the object properties, then rotation keyframe, add it. After that go to the 0 frame and then rotate it to darkness around the anti-clockwise, then keyframe, and then let's move it like this and go to the let's add 120 frames ending, and then go to 120 frame 121, and then move it like this to absolute darkness or a little bit of light, and then also the keyframe. Then we can play the this yeah this is what you get in the final render, like this. So if you like the video, please subscribe and share.